how do I cope with when my husband wants to remain on the same team as the woman that he was involved with an affair? So
what?
Yeah, I know. It's
what
stupid.
team?
It's a Little League baseball
Oh,
team.
God help us. We're doomed as a culture. We're doomed.
I know. Unfortunately, they're both the coaches for this team. And it's
Was he with another man?
No. It was a woman.
Okay. So she's a Little League coach?
Yes.
And he's a coach?
And he's the coach.
On
too.
the same team?
Yes.
And they had an affair and you caught him?
Yes.
And he's still coaching?
Yes.
Michelle.
I know.
You're in Corpus Christi. They would never find his body if you took it far enough out in the bay.
I've considered it.
I know you have. Don't do that.
No, I wouldn't. So as ridiculous as it sounds,
this is ridiculous at a level that it's even ridiculous for my show. And you can just look at the thumbnails on YouTube, and this show gets ridiculous.
Yes.
This is insanity.
It is insanity, and that's where I'm struggling with because, to add, more sprinkles on top of this dessert, the husband is also aware of the affair, and her husband, so he's agreed to stay on this team for this last season as well. So it's so basically, on top of that, we actually had a friendship outside of this team. Like we had 3 or 4 years, we've already been friends with this couple in a group of couples. And so we hung out with them outside the baseball field, on, personal lives and everything. And it was constant. So not only did we have that, we lost a friendship, but we also have this issue.
Hold on. It's not an issue. You lost your marriage. Your husband is absolute embarrassment to husbands everywhere. An absolute embarrassment.
Yeah.
He blew up his marriage, and he is going to rub it in publicly. That's astonishing to me. The fact that he has all of his teeth from the other husband. If this was a Hallmark movie, the only way to make this right is for you to call the other husband and be like, "Hey, what's up?" What are y'all? I can't even wrap my head around this.
Yeah, I know, John. It's been tough. I can say that my husband did fess up to everything.
No, he got caught.
Yeah, he got caught.
Yeah, he gets no gold stars here. None. 0 gold stars. He's an embarrassment to men.
Wow, yeah.
An absolute embarrassment to married men, to unmarried men, to all men. The cowardice the cowardice and shame it takes. Not to cheat on your wife, it happens. I will sit with you, okay? But to rub your nose in it. You sit up in the stands while me and her share a dugout. And we're going to bring our kids around so that they get to see this too.
Yeah.
And not having the courage just to leave you. As crazy as that sounds coming from me.
Mm-hmm.
It's embarrassing. I'm sorry you have to deal with it.
Thank you.
Absolutely embarrassing. So look, can I say this? You're not crazy. Because I guarantee you, we have a psychology for when somebody stabs us in the back. Right? Like somebody that is like the snake in the grass at work that takes your job. Like it hurts and we get mad and angry and all that. But we intellectually understand that. Most of us don't have a psychology for when somebody stabs us in the front, in the face, someone that we love and care about and that we trust. And then when that happens, in the rarer moments when they point at you and they say, "Oh yeah," any response to you, "Oh, you're screaming in pain," you should be quiet. Be quiet. Then you start to think you're crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You're not crazy. This is insane. This is madness.
Yeah.
Or let me say it this way. You know what? It's not madness. It's not insanity at all. It's just clear data that he does not want this marriage. He does not, want, to be married to you, period. And that was a lot of periods. And I was trying to be emphatic.
Yeah.
Because nobody who hurt somebody like he hurt you decides, I'm going to go ahead and rubber face in the concrete. And who cares if you have a 9-year-old who's like, I don't want to switch teams. It doesn't matter. You're 9. There's a grenade in the middle of your home. I don't care less what you want. You're 9. We're playing rec ball. We're not playing baseball this year. How about that? We're going to go fishing because I'm going to rebuild my marriage from the inside out because I just messed it up.
Yeah.
I'm rarely speechless, and you got me on this one, Michelle.
Yeah. No, it's
even though I'm speaking a lot.
Yeah. No. I mean, I don't know what to say because I mean we're trying out for another team. So
quit baseball. Stop.
Yeah. I did suggest that.
No, suggest. You have a voice in this, Michelle. You've got a voice. You're getting dragged behind a car through your community and you're like, hey, what if we went slower? Like stop.
Yeah, that's true. I guess you put it like that.
I want you to take the driver's seat back in your own life. We're trying out for other teams. Quit baseball. It's God Almighty. What is wrong with people? Okay, I'm talking way too much, even though I'm speechless, which I know sounds weird, but God help me.
That's kind of what I've shared with him too. I've told him, okay, look at it from my perspective.
Stop sharing. You got to just tell him. Listen. Okay, how can I help? I'm just kind of getting out of my seat here.
I mean, that's basically it. Like, we want to work on our marriage.
He absolutely does not. He absolutely 1,000% does not care about your marriage. Period. End of story. End of story.
I guess.
Behavior is a language. He wants to spend hours and hours and hours in a confined space on a joint mission and purpose with the woman he cheated on you with. Period. End of story. That's it.
Okay, I guess that's me having to take.
Yeah, you got to metabolize that kind of pain. I've had people who cheat at work and who quit their jobs to save their marriage. And that's noble. I've had people get rid of their computers because they're struggling with pornography and their spouse says enough is enough.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's people who move, they go to the ends of the earth to save their marriage. Your husband is not interested in being married to you as only so far as, I mean, you kind of will take anything.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, I guess I've been the one that's kind of been holding on for our kids.
For everything. Do you have a daughter?
Yes, I do.
Imagine she's 22 and she's telling you this story. What would you tell her to do?
Run.
I feel like I'm madder on your behalf than you are.
I guess I don't know why it's just so hard for me to stand up for myself, I guess, in this sense.
Michelle, I'm not gonna beat you up. Let's don't do that.
Yeah.
It just is. I hate it for you. I hate you being treated like this. Nobody deserves to be hurt like this. Nobody. I'm so sorry.
No, yeah. Me too.
And like, make no mistake, like, I guess the picture in my head is, there's a house fire and the house burned to the ground and you were checking out the ashes of the house and a beam that had kind of burned through started to fall and you were holding it up. And your arms are so tired and you're covered in soot and ash and you're exhausted, but you don't want to drop the beam because you don't want to acknowledge that the house fell down.
That's because that's exactly how it feels like.
So, regardless of all the nonsense advice you're going to get, nobody can give you your next decision, your next choice.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody cheats in a relationship and the other person chooses to stay and they choose to rebuild their marriage and rebuild trust, I applaud that. I think that's amazing. I'll be in their corner all day long. And if somebody cheats in a relationship and they say, I can't come back, I'll sit with you too. I'll be in your corner all day long too. The one thing I can't stomach is the person who cheats, blows up everything, and then looks over and says, yeah, I'm going to keep doing this. I mean, help me out. What's his justification?
I mean, he did say it was because, he felt like our marriage was already kind of crumbling in a sense. I had started therapy and he refused to do any therapy. And so then when they started talking, it never was like that, but it started becoming more emotional affair. And then because he would vent to her and they would talk about baseball and, then she started having problems in her marriage. And so then they started talking about each other's marriages, and that's how that started.
Okay, so let me pause there. That's not an uncommon scenario.
Mm-hmm.
And this is going to sound strange to say, like that doesn't freak me out. Like that part isn't. I'm trying to think of the right words. It's not rare.
Mm-hmm.
But what on earth post that moment? Oh my gosh, I just changed everything. I just slept with one of my close friends' wives. I just slept with one of my wife's close friends.
Mm-hmm.
Someone I travel with that we coach games. Like whoa. What in the world could possibly be the justification for being like, all right, so here's the deal. We're going to continue coaching together.
Well, for him, it's because he doesn't want people to find out what happened. And so he doesn't want to leave the team abruptly and then people start questioning why he left. And I said, who cares? Since when do you care what people say or think about you? Now all of a sudden you care. And that's why we were trying to quietly exit because nobody knows. I mean, between the four of us, minus like a cousin of mine, nobody else knows in our family and our friend circle. So that's why he was trying to do a clean break. But now that the season's about to start, he's like, well, I don't know if I want to leave just yet. We agreed we're just going to do this last season and then we're done. But I'm finding it hard to do that, even though they've cut off communication, like her phone number's blocked, like they don't interact at all.
I guarantee you they figured out a way around that. Guaranteed. My truck is not nice, but I would bet the whole thing they figured it out. I'm literally heartbroken for you, with you.
Yeah, me too.
If he cares more about his precious little imaginary reputation among the Little League community than he does about his marriage, that's about all you need to know.
Yeah, that's true.
Or let me say it like this. You're worth more than that. I'm just embarrassed, man. I would get on the phone with somebody who's a trusted professional ASAP. And I think for you, going back to the house on fire analogy, you need to have somebody that can help you like clear the smoke and the ash so you can figure out what you want to do next. And maybe sit with a counselor in your local area that can walk through like, okay, this is happening and this is happening and this is happening. So they can be hopefully as direct as I'm being. I can't wrap my head around it. This is just shameful on so many different levels. It's embarrassing. I just keep saying embarrassing. I'm embarrassed. Gosh, one of those calls, Michelle, there's not a happy ending to this one. I'm just heartbroken. Maybe he comes home today and he's like, dude, I'm out of my mind. I've been crazy. I quit the team. We're not playing baseball. I'm out. I'm not going to answer the 5 texts I get from parents because I don't care. And I'm saving my marriage. Ends of the earth. Here we go. Maybe. But good grief. I'm sorry, my sister. I'm sorry. Thank you for the call. Call anytime. If you get up to some big decision points, holler at me. I'd be happy to sit with you.